Do you hate it when you try starting a Cosmoteer run, but then after selecting all the missions and then heading over to the first target area, you see this guy and then ultimately die? Well, I have a solution for you. Did you know that you can actually use the pre-built ships in Cosmoteer? So let's quickly make the most powerful ship in that faction and that faction. Just get all the most expensive ships and see if my enemy can survive this. Newsflash, they didn't. How about we have the most expensive ship from each faction fight each other? Now that seems like a good video idea. However, that would be quite boring because it would probably just be like one victor and then, I don't know, it'll be like 5 minutes long. So let's do something a little more complicated. Instead, let's have each faction have its top 3 most expensive combat ships be in a tournament-like style. I'm sure that'll be a good video. Now, you might be asking, why hasn't Cosmoteer uploaded in a few weeks? Well, I'll tell you the answer. It's because I killed him. Anyways, I should probably start the video, huh? Hello YouTube. For the purposes of this video, Cosmoteer's gonna be in the bottom left corner. Yes, I am referring to myself. Anyways, if you look, we have all the 5 factions within the game, and their 3 top most expensive combat ships. Now the question is which one of these is the best out of all of them? And today, hopefully we'll find out. We're gonna do a tournament-like system where we're gonna have each one of them fight each other, and of course, to make it random, if I pull this up, we're gonna have a nice wheel. So I won't have any say in it. Basically, we'll spin the wheel, we'll have the groups fight each other, and we'll see what happens. Now first, let's see our contestants, I guess. So I made it so that I have the name of the faction next to how much they cost. So here, starting out in alphabetical order, we have the Cabal, I think. Cabal? I have no clue. These ships consist of, seems like ion beams and laser-like stuff, which tends to be a good middle ground. I'm not going to go too in depth with all these guys. If I look at the internals here, we have some decent bit of armor, and we have a lot of point defense on this ship in particular. Now, this is the most expensive ship, and then this is the 3rd most expensive ship. They're all going to be laid out like that. If you look at this ship, you can see how there's some beautiful HE missiles, which will paralyze the ship. HE missiles, which will paralyze the ship. Sir, I don't think those are called HE missiles. I think they're called EMP missiles. Now, I'm not going to have friendly fire on because I don't think that's necessary. So the Cabal in total have 9.05 million in terms of credits. Now, the range isn't that much. As you'll see, they're all in the 9 to 10 millions. If you look at the coloring, by the way, you can see how it's very consistent. We have red, cyan green, and yellow blue. Makes sense to me. Alright, I think that is it. Let's go on to the next group. Alright, I think that is it. Let's go on to the next group.
I'm pretty sure this is called a faction, not a groove. I don't know. Not a groove. I don't know.
At this point, I have no clue what's going on, but I think bro meant to say group, not group, so I think that's the clear issue here. So here we have the fringe system. These guys are actually like colored, like in monotone, like grayish brown and grayish green here. You know, all these guys just all over the place. If you look at the ship's interior, this guy consists of railguns and deck cannons and frac cannons, all the good stuff. We have a bunch of missiles. Seems like this guy is all over the place. This guy also seems to be featuring all of those weapons, including some nukes. You know, gotta include that feature. And this guy seems to have ion beams instead of railguns, and chain guns, deck cannons, and HE missiles. Now, if you are wondering, no, I've not looked at these ships in depth, so this is my first time looking at them. As you can see, this costs 10.3 million, which is the most expensive. So if you look at the difference here, you go from 9.05 million to 10, so what is that, 11% increase? I think that's the biggest gap. All right, now we have this, the Imperium. Now that's the most dangerous sounding name out of them all. This guy seems to just be railguns and moving backwards, which is a pretty solid strategy. Also has a bunch of missiles to stop the enemy's thrusters, although we're going to be dealing with a bunch of big ships here, and some of them have shields in the back to stop that strategy from working. or be attacked from multiple sides. This ship does not include that feature, so if anything gets shot from behind, it will explode. But there is some beautiful heat piping going on. Hopefully it doesn't destroy itself. I've known some ships that are pre-built that shoot a railgun and it just overheats, the system explodes. Alright, this ship. I should probably be signing out the names, but I'll do that later. What the... Vajrar. Valor. That's the name, I guess. This guy seems to be doing a big armor system, and then the frac cannons, nukes. Seems like so far we're all over the place, huh? We have railguns galore here, followed with EMP missiles. Hopefully I didn't call him HE, that'd be very tragic. And then we have this guy who's just point defense, nukes, yep. And this guy, now this guy is the enemy of them all, because bro's just gonna shoot 10,000 missiles and probably not explode all the way down if you explode one of these storages. Yeah, so that's these 3 ships. The total is 9.86 million. So as you can see, we're gonna stay between the range of 9 to 10 million. Next system, we have the IO. Next system, we have the IO.
Alright, calling it a group was understandable, but calling it a system? What is a system? Definitely not a faction. That's what I can tell you. And by the way, if you thought the bit was over, hell no.
At least I hope that's an I. That might be an L. I have no clue. Low. So this guy seems to be doing a lot of heat stuff. We have the heat missiles, which I haven't actually messed around with a lot, so it'll be good to see how good they are here. Seems like everything here is mostly overclocked. Did this... Wait, are these overclocked? Wait, does this actually go through? I don't know. That'll be interesting to see. This guy is just, everything's overclocked, because why not? I mean, you can do whatever you want, I guess. Is there any batteries for all this heat? I don't know if this is quite going to work out. There are some heat dissipator, or heat exchangers, I think these are called. This guy. It seems like this is just a bunch of overclocked stuff. So this has ion beams, deck cannons. Seems like we're going all over the place with the iode system, huh? Yeah, this is just an entire thing of overclocked ion beams. I have made stronger. Hopefully these guys don't blow up. I like this little pattern they got going on here, because if you place anything in the pathway here, you see how it, well, apparently I need to be connected. As you can see, it causes the efficiency to go down, which isn't good. So they have it all set up. How about that? The devs knew what they were doing. So the total of this is 9.231. That's not a lot of credits, huh? Well, I'm assuming past me made the critical error of typing a 3 instead of the M. That doesn't really make sense now, does it? We'll call this good. By the way, if you're wondering how I did the calculations, I added 3 numbers together. Just added these 3. So if I might have made an error. Who knows? Last system. Last system. Last system. Last system. Probably least, we have the monolith with the classic 9.11 million. So this guy is a very common enemy in my videos. I've destroyed him in tons of ways. Alright, so we have a bunch of deck cannons, we have ion beams. Nothing that cool. We have some gaps here that are interesting. We don't care. This guy, we have more deck cannons, some mines. Yep, that's cool. And then we have this guy, which is missiles and nukes. We have missiles, we have frac cannons, we have ion beams, we have all the bells and whistles. We even have EMP missiles and HE missiles and nukes. We have all the things. I don't know. We don't actually have all of them because we don't have these guys here. I don't even know what these are called. If I called like the Thermal Lance Missile or something like that, I have no clue. If you look at all these guys, we have 10 mil, 9.1 mil, 9.8 mil, 9 mil, and 9.2 mil. So in theory, this should be pretty balanced. All right, now with all that settled, let's go to the first battle.
Hold on, past me. I have some obligations to talk about. First off, if you're enjoying the video, consider liking it. It's really good for the YouTube algorithm, along with commenting your thoughts down below. Now with that out of the way, I might as well say that I did change my profile picture, and if you watch all the way to the end, I'll show you a time lapse of me actually making it, and I'll also do some more commentary on things that you might want to know. But with that out of the way, let's go on to the rest of the video. Or at least, what you think is the rest of the video. because I'm editing it. Ha ha ha.
Now, I'm going to assume that I don't need to do double elimination, because if A can beat B and B can beat C, then A can beat C as well. So if one of them could beat a select few of them, then in theory can beat all of them. Now, I don't know if that's true or not, but let's start with the first spin. Now, I brought a utensil with me so I can write these down, so I don't accidentally forget somehow. Seems like we are going to start off with the fringe. Now let's see what the fringe are going to be fighting. Now we get to remove this. Alright, so the fringe could fight any one of these, and it seems like it's going to be the Imperium. Alright, let's see which one of these will win. Alright, so this will be the battle, and we'll see which one wins. Now, I'll try to keep most of it in frame, but we'll see how this all works out. I think this is a toss-up. I mean, if this guy, the Augustus, shoots all of his missiles and it hits his friend, then I think it might be over. But overall, it could be anyone's game here. And let's go. Now, this is on a lower speed, and as you can see, everyone is attacking each other. I think we'll just keep that 1x speed, and we'll watch the chaos happen. Now, I have no input on anything besides where I started these guys off, and it seems like immediately some interesting battling is happening, because this guy is going straight in. Seems like this guy is being backed up by him, and here we go. This is the first real volley. My PC is already quite sad. So this guy is sticking in the back because of railguns, and is doing a pretty good job. And unfortunately, this guy, though, is now shooting all their EMP missiles in the back of these two. So the question is will everything work? It seems like there's been some extreme explosions on this guy. And the question is will this guy be surrounded? What's going on here? This guy is not going to have a better row because this guy is in the open. And it seems like this ship has mostly been taken out. Let me actually quickly do this so I can see the insides. I think that's the play. These two are having a fight. This guy is like mostly broken apart, although they still have a lot of missiles to go. This guy is chilling in the back, which might actually be a problem, so I think this guy's whole entire stick is that they back up really quickly. So if they just keep going backwards forever, just sniping these guys down, it might be over. Oh, this guy is railgun, so this guy still has a chance. So we have here we have deck cannons versus ion beams, which in theory deck cannons should win, although, let's see how, oh yeah, there's way too much armor here. I think this guy is probably going to die. This little interaction happening here, it's very nice. I think the missile guy might win if the deck cannons get destroyed. This guy over here is not having a good time. And seems like the fringe is gonna win, right? No, the Imperium. Okay, I think the Imperium have it, because this guy's part of the fringe system. A huge railgun section just got exploded, and this guy is definitely just gonna chill here and do nothing the entire game, besides just shooting the railguns from 2,000 meters away. And this guy is kind of just spinning all around. This guy just shooting his missiles, why not? This guy doesn't really have thrusters, so they're trying to turn, but that's going to be really difficult to do. So I do think the Imperium have it here. Very convincingly, too, because this guy took 0 damage, which is not a good sign. I think all the crew are going to not have a future. I think that's the conclusion here. So I think the Imperium have won, therefore I'm going to cross off the fringe and just want to make sure that I'm not being an idiot. Yep, these are the red guys. Alright, so this will determine who's going next and who will actually stay until next round. Seems like the monoliths are up first. Now, I don't think I explained this, but since there's 5, I am going to be skipping one for this round, and then for the next round, we'll have that last one go up against either whoever wins this or the Imperium. Should I click the remove this time? Alright, let's see who's going to be fighting the monolith. Will it be the Aya? Will it be the Cabal? I guess it's going to be the Cabal. Alright, we're just going to delete all this. I think the Imperium have a good shot because of their little backwards guy. Alright, here we have the 2 teams. And the question is which one do I think is going to win? It seems like the railgun strat is pretty good. Seems like that's definitely going to be the winning idea here, which is why I think the Imperium have a good chance. I'm pretty sure one of these guys, none of them have railguns? Alright. I'm pretty sure the Monolith are gonna win. The only reason why I'm saying that is because this guy, I don't know, this is a lot of EMP missiles, but I don't think helps too much against these bigger threats. And I don't think these guys have EMP missiles. So, yeah, they have HE missiles and nukes, which are slightly better for this sort of big ship combat stuff. Because these guys are like very protected in terms of like you're not going to stop this guy from moving by shooting an EMP missile at him, or this guy or this guy. So we'll see who wins though. It's anyone's guess here. You can comment down below who you think's gonna win the entire tournament. Click on this guy for now, and we're gonna click the start option. So it seems like we know which one they're gonna target. Oh, this might be bad. If this guy goes in front and stops this guy from shooting their mines, I think that's what they have. Maybe not actually. Alright, so immediately, I don't like what's going on here. These two are fighting each other, which is cool, but this guy is kind of circling this guy from the back, which is also making them get shot from the back, which may or may not be a good thing. It seems like they are spinning around, though. Yeah, this guy is the one that... Oh, that's the guy that shoots out mines. Alright, that's cool. Seems like these two are having a lovely competition, and these four are doing their own thing. So it seems like this guy is sniping this guy from the back, but this ship just got absolutely vaporized by the Monolith. Wow, what is this ship called? The Stoprior. All right, the Destructor and the Onion are fighting it out along with these two, and it seems like the Arbiter has maybe won. I don't know. I don't think they did actually. I think this guy has like a huge layer of armor here, right? Yeah, that's a really big layer of armor, along with a bunch of shields. So it seems like this guy is just going to die due to not having as much armor and shielding. Although over here, it seems that... What happened? This guy is like broken into two parts, and these two are now fighting it out. I'm pretty sure what are they called? The Cavalry are actually going to win this because of this, their superior shielding and armor placements. Oh wait, hold on, never mind. I mean, this guy like had a bunch of armor and stuff here, which got blown apart, and now is kind of hooked onto the ship via this. Although the deckhand did just destroy that connection, which may or may not be a good thing. Oh, this guy half-bit just came out of nowhere and sniped him. So I'm pretty sure it's going to be this guy, which is called the Applebeoist, of course, the classic. It's going to be them two versus this guy. So I think this guy lost, if I recall. Yes, really shoot down that one piece. I'm sure that's going to be helpful. Never mind. So it's going to be these two versus this guy. So the Monolith might actually win here, even though I said the Cabal will. So clearly my opinion is just not valid. Alright, a lot of force is about to be struck into this guy, so I'm kind of curious what's going to happen. Seems like a lot of the armor was removed by this guy, which is not a good sign when you're about to be shot at by 10,000 deck cannons to your local area. Yeah, it seems like a huge chunk here was shot. If they can snipe this reactor, it is definitely going to be over. Although these ion beams are doing a good job, but that's definitely a nail in the coffin because deckhands having open house on your large reactors is not a good sign. And with that, the Monolith has won. I think just as convincingly as the Imperium did. So, kind of curious what happens when they fight each other. Now the question is who's the IO going to attack? That I think is a good thing to know. So we're gonna have the IO either attack the Monolith. Oh god, I misclicked. Yep. Or the Imperium. That's the question. We're just gonna roll straight off the bat, and whoever gets selected is gonna attack the IO. Seems like it's gonna be the Monolith. Wow, we're really going on the edge of that, huh? Alright, here is the question. I think this guy has a railgun ship, yeah. So if the railgun ship does its job properly, I mean, it's just gonna stay in the back and these guys won't be able to hit them.
Although that might not be the case here. We will see though. I might have put these guys maybe a little too close together, but you know, it's fair on both sides, so it shouldn't really matter. Alright, here we go. Round number 3 here. See what happens. So Monolith has already won, so let's see if they can continue the streak up, or will they lose the Iode? Either or, we'll see what happens. So there's a lot of missiles going on. Unfortunately, the missiles do hit this guy. And the Monoliths have an interesting strategy where this guy just keeps going in the back of this other ship, which is not really good for this ship. I said ship a lot there. I think this guy has nukes, right? Or not. I thought I saw some huge explosions. Actually, is the fire doing good? I think the fire is. So this guy did not get killed from the side though. And this guy is doing his laser lance strategy where he's burning a hole in this guy. Look. Well, that was pretty good. That was pretty good. So we have some interesting combination here. The 2 large overclocked ion beams and a resonance laser lance. Let's see what's going on here. Ooh, this is bad. Because the railgun guy is just gonna shoot this guy forever. So that might not be a good tail. It seems like this is also not having a good time. So the Iode, I think, are the only faction here that are using overclock tools. And as you can see, it is working out very well for them. I would have made the prediction that that's what I thought was going to happen, but you know, it's too late for that. Although, hold on here, the large reactor is quite exposed, which may be the end of this guy. But of course, that's one guy. This scenario seems to be going well. This ship is probably on fire. I don't know where. Oh, here we go. Solid fire action. Yeah, it's not looking too good there. It seems like each one of these guys is like equally taking them out. I like the strat of having these fire missiles also shoot at them whilst you move backwards, because you're burning them up and you're killing them with railguns. Now this guy is probably gonna lose. I have no clue though. It seems like they're fighting 2 halves, but this half seems to be done for. Maybe not. It's only not shooting because the cannons are facing this way and they don't have that large of a firing arc. Although they are probably gonna be taken out in like 5 seconds here. I think. Oh no, never mind. I think this guy just got taken out. Although there's a lot of backup power, it is definitely over for that ship. So that ship did lose. However, this ship is coming in for backup, and it's definitely just gonna vaporize this guy. How are these two working out? Seems like same old happening here. And there we go. We'll call that good. So, the Monolith has lost. So now the question is who's going to win? The Imperium or the Iode? That's a good question. No one knows the answer to that until now. Alright, here we go. This is the final battle. I will be disappearing and turning this to a music section. However, I do want to mention the fact that I think it's going to be the Thunderbird versus the Extinguisher on who wins. Because railgun builds are objectively overpowered in this game. Because if you can back away from your problems, then you win every interaction. So, alright, I'll be heading out. Goodbye.
Alright, I think that's all you need to know. So, really, I didn't think that was gonna be that easy or that quick. Uh, I don't know, maybe I thought something different would happen. Let me bring back my webcam. Yeah, I need my important analysis here. So I think what went wrong there was the Iode was like attacking one at a time when they really needed to divide and conquer. Because what happened is that they attacked one, and then this guy was able to not only just slice through this guy with their rail guns, but was also able to kill a big portion of the other ships that have died now. So I think this is a pretty simple victory for the Imperium. Yeah, let's go Imperium. Yeah, we're so excited for the Imperium to win. Ooh, so if you guessed Imperium, congratulations. I don't know. Here's a thumbs up. And for everyone that didn't guess Imperium, here's a thumbs down. Terrible. Um, Anyways, that's it. Time for the next thing, I guess. Alright, here you go. This is the next thing. We're going to be painting my new logo. So my plan is that every time that I multiply my subscriber count by 10, I'll make a new logo. So if I hit 10k within the next century, I'll be making a new logo. So I might as well talk about my future plans here. Now, I don't think I want to get monetized until I turn 18, which will be sometime next February, so I will not be making any money from this until then. So your support will just be watching my videos and commenting, which is good enough for now. My inspiration for my logo was basically nothing. I just kind of went, all right, we're gonna make this because it looks cool. Like the planet, I like that. The black hole also. Just ideas I came up with. Skull and Squareness or Crossbones. If you understand it, then you know why it's there. But here's the finished logo. Consider clicking one of the things on screen, and also consider joining my Discord. Alright, goodbye.